Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm going to be working on a few different trees today, but I thought I'd start with this little hawthorn first. I've had this from a couple of years now. I bought it at Doncaster, which is now Newark, I believe, when the show was taken over a couple of years ago. But this hawthorn that I'm going to be working on here was actually like a root off of this bigger one behind. I don't think I can show you exactly where it came from now. I can't actually remember. I think it was like possibly, you see, oh, I'm not in focus here. You see this mark here on the trunk? That was like attached to it there and went down as a root. So they were kind of like split and separated kind of by accident, and I thought, well, I may as well plant it and just see what happens, and we've got this. So I think originally I had this little hawthorn. I think I had that as the front, and I clipped and growed it a couple of times, and the idea was a kind of, no, that was the front, sorry, here, there, like a bit of a cascade. So this one kind of worked, but this one since has took right off. So what I think I'm going to do instead is keep that long growth, but I'm going to wire this tree now and make it a full cascade. I think that would be quite like a nice little Mame cascade hawthorn, which will be quite unusual. So yeah, I think that's what I'll do. I have weeded the tree already, so there was a couple of bits in there, as you can see. And I've also noticed that there is a bit of green fly on it up at like the tips somewhere, if we can see any. So I will have to give the tree a little spray. And then yeah, we'll get at some point we'll get onto this one. Excuse me. Oh, bad hay fever today. So yeah, we'll get the camera on the tripod, and we'll get this turned into a full cascade. I quite like the pot. I can't actually remember where I bought it from, but I think it's stamped. Oh no, it's not this one. It has got kind of a little unusual stamp on it there, but it's quite a nice pot. Quite a sort of like rough, grainy texture. But yeah, that's a quick look at the tree. So we'll get it on the tripod and we'll go from there. Right, so hopefully you're at a decent angle there that you can see the tree. So this will become, no, this was the front, but I've been looking at the tree and I think we're going to spin it round now to about here being the front, because we've got two kind of back branches growing. If we spun the tree back round, they would be in the way, so they'd probably have to be clipped off. But now we've got this open trunk which flows nicely round to this growth we're going to wire down, and then we've got two back branches to work with as well. So the tree's not wide into this pot, so I have got to be careful, but we'll get some wire around it very carefully. And I am having to be careful because the tree is moving a lot in this pot, so we don't want to disturb it too much. So now that this is becoming kind of a wired tree, maybe next season I may have to actually wire this in, but originally this wasn't supposed to be a wide tree, it was just clip and grow, so I wasn't too worried about this. Oh, there's a bit of movement there, I've got to be careful, protect those roots as well in the soil. Try and go between all the leaves, I don't want to crush them. I think because this is quite a young tree still, there isn't, I can see one developing, there isn't really any thorns on it yet, I think the other tree, the bigger one that this came off, does actually have some thorns on it from what I remember. So that one you need to be a bit more careful with your fingers. Oh, yeah, this is getting a bit difficult as we go up the tree. I don't know if some of you saw in that sort of the background at the back when I started this video, the tree from the beginner series was in the background. I've moved it now. But for those watching the beginner series, there will be a video coming of that again soon. The tree did look, as you might have seen, a little bit rough, but there's nothing to worry about. It's to be expected. The tree's been grown in indoor conditions, so the leaves have, a lot of them have gone, well, there's a little thorn growing there, have gone quite brown and stuff now. That's normal. It's just those leaves need pruning off and allowing for outdoor growth to form. So there will be a video of that coming soon. I've just not been able to get around to much bonsai wise as of late. I think my last upload was like 2 weeks ago. Just life's got in the way, and stresses with my car, so I've not really been able to do any filming, but I should be back to it now. My spare time is just, well, I've obviously been watering and feeding the tree still, but I've been doing quite a bit of gardening, a lot of planting, trying to sort the lawn out a bit. Oh, we're just coming to the tip here, which is very delicate. It's probably taken me quite a while just to wire this little branch, but as I say, the tree's not widened, so it's a bit delicate. What I might need to do is get a pebble and just to kind of hold this down, but you can see there now the tree is wide up. Let me just check the camera is catching this. Where's the top there? Yeah. Okay, so to make this a full cascade, I need to obviously support the base of the tree because we don't want it coming out, but we need to, ow, there is a thorn back there, bring this growth down and I'm obviously cascading it, so I need some space over here. Are you still in focus with the camera? Yeah. Bring this down. So we're going cascade now. Now it depends kind of how much do we want? Do we want it kind of semi-cascade like that, or do we want to go full, almost vertical drop? I'm thinking probably vertical drop. I do like a full cascade tree, and I've not actually got any anymore. I did have a juniper, which I don't think I ever got round to filming that. I think the tree was gone when I started YouTube, but I did have a full cascade garden juniper, but it got rust and the battle with it was just never ending, and it was basically just time to give up on the tree and protect the other trees that I had. So right, okay, are we happy with that sort of position? What do we think? It looks a bit funny at the moment because all the leaves are facing down, so we're seeing the bottoms, but they will right themselves and they will be facing upwards. You just need to give the tree a bit of time. It probably doesn't even take that long, just for them to turn and face back to the sun. So I'm just checking that I'm happy with the kind of the side profile and the shape that we've got in the tree. I don't want it just straight down either. I need some sort of movement in the branch, so maybe we could come forward a smidge and back and forth. See, this can be rewired multiple times, but if I can get a nice shape into it now, you may as well. So we've got a bit of movement in there now. Yeah, I think that's okay. So that's the cascade shape. So I'll have to prune off, or trim off, the end of this wire. Just leave a little bit on the end. Let's have a look. Oh, my camera charge is getting wet. I'm sat under the umbrella because it's raining, as usual. Yeah, I quite like that. Now, we need to figure out something to do with this growth, because really we could do with that maybe coming over somehow to follow that. So I'll probably get some more wire out and we'll work on that. I'll just stop the camera for a second because I think the umbrella needs positioning or my charger's going to get wet. Repositioned, we're back. I wish I had a greenhouse or an outbuilding to work on trees, but I don't. So I've just realised the wire I've cut off, there's plenty of length left on that, so I can use that to wire this next piece in. So we is the tree still in focus? Yeah. So we'll wire this little piece to the left. So we'll follow the wire put on the tree. Oh, put on the tree already to keep it nice and neat. And we'll ow, that wasn't a thorn, that was the end of the wire that I've cut. And we'll get that round. Up this little branch. Where are we? Yeah, go over the branch. Between the foliage, I have to stand up, I can't quite see. So guys, I'm thinking of entering, I don't know if there's anybody that watches that kind of knows about it, but the Southport flower show this year. That's where I live in Southport, so it's about a 10-minute drive from here, just towards the front where the beach is on Victoria Park, and it's quite a good event. You get some celebrities there, stuff like that. But the past, I think 2 years, they've had an amateur bonsai competition there. There is a professional one that's always there, but I'm thinking of entering the amateur. So I am thinking a lot about that at the moment. I wanted to do it, I think it was last year, because it was the 100th anniversary of the flower show. So I wanted to enter that because it was it was the 100th one, but in the end I decided not to. I just couldn't be bothered, to be honest. But this year I think I will. Oh, I didn't do very good at the wire there. I think I will. It should be alright. It doesn't matter too much. That wire's crossing a bit, but it should be okay. Yeah, so I'm thinking of doing that. And I've got some ideas for trees to put in. So I will film that kind of journey of getting the trees. Do you know what? I've moved that this branch kind of by accident a bit, and I quite actually like it like that, rather than going straight down, following that kind of swoop. So that was kind of a happy accident, because I think I had it a bit more of a drop than that. But yeah, so I'm thinking of entering that, and I've got ideas for trees, but I won't kind of reveal just yet what those trees will be. Only because, to be honest, I want to enter it to win it. So I don't really want to give any ideas away to any other people that might be thinking of entering, and then they can prepare trees that could beat mine. I know that sounds a bit, you know, but what's the point in entering if you're not looking to win? That's what I think. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. So yeah, I don't want to give anything away just yet, but I am probably going to start working on those trees soon, because I want to get a couple more flushes of growth out and just better the tree really before I enter it. And I'll have to obviously go moss collecting and play about with some accents. I have started to buy a couple of little plants that could make accent plants and stuff like that. So yeah, that's kind of my thoughts with that really. So that'll be coming soon. But yeah, right, so that's that wired anyway. This kind of looks a bit strange, how it's back and then over, but there's something to me that I don't know, it's quite kind of appealing, like the flow of them going back and then back on themselves, and so quite like that. So there is this back branch, which I think is at alright position for now, so I'm just gonna probably, should I wire that? I think I'll leave that one for now, but this one under here, that one obviously needs bringing out here, so I will wire that. But we'll have to be careful because it's very thin. It's not lignified and gone woody yet, so we shall get a bit of wire for that. That won't be enough. Yeah, so I think the flower show is the 101st one this year, if I remember right. I'm sure it was the 100th last year. Or was it the year before? Could have even been the year before, because I didn't go last year, because a lot of the sellers and stalls and what have you are just the same, I've noticed, basically. So there's no point going again, so I did actually miss it last year. So it's either the 101st or the 102nd one this year. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I'll be going this year, and as I say, I think I am gonna enter probably multiple trees into it. I think it's over 3 days. I'm sure it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so I do need to arrange it with work, unfortunately, and get that time booked off. So I need to remember to do that next week, actually. And then yeah, we can start preparing trees very soon. I think it's in August. I'm sure it's in August. So it's a way away yet, but I want to really push those trees forward between now and then, so that they look the best at the time. So work will start on them. What are we now? Middle of May. Probably beginning of June, which is probably way early for kind of show prep. But as I say, I want to really get them kind of dialed in as best as I can. Really work for them. And then it might be, if I enjoy it, maybe next year I enter again, but I'll put different trees in. Oh, there's a bit of a branch here. And then those ones can kind of rest, if you like, that year, and just grow more. Oh, I made a bit of a crossover with the wires here. Shouldn't matter too much for that, and it shouldn't take too long to wire these into position either, because it's young growth, so I'm not too concerned about that crossing wire. I just want to get this piece wired out. Yeah, that's all I can really say on the flower show for the moment. There's not much else to, other than work will be coming on some trees and we're going to enter it. So kind of top secret for now which trees it'll be. But yeah, right, so we've got a bit of movement up here, which I quite like. We've got the movement on the main trunk. Let me just check that's, yeah, it's still got movement in it. And then we've got this branch here. There. So that really is the tree wired up for today, I think. I just need to see now if there's any pruning that I really need to do, but I don't think there is, to be honest, because we just want the tree to grow. I just wanted to put that basic shape into it. The green fly. There was green fly on the weeds that I pulled out, so that's what made me look in the tree. Yeah, I think they're just on the tip there. I can squish them. Is that green fly? That's just a leaf, that one. Yeah, I don't really think I want to prune anything on it yet. I just want to see how the tree grows now. Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave it at that, to be honest. Well, most of the growth is along this branch anyway. there might be a couple of bits that are on top of branches, you know, on top of the branch that I could prune off and stuff, but I think for now I'm just going to leave it at that. I'm just inspecting the tray for any bugs or anything. Just let that sort of basic shape set, and then we can revisit the tray. But yeah, I'll leave that at that, and we'll get out another tray and come back. I suppose I should give you a little turn round of the tree though. So that would be, let me have a look. That would be the front there, wouldn't it? So the right hand side with the cascade part coming towards the camera. The back of the tree, see we've got this back branch, and the left. So that's that. There's a couple of bits of dodgy wire, but nothing too bad. So yeah, that's that tree anyway. So we'll get that back on the bench, let those branches set, and then we can revisit that probably quite soon.